This looks harmless, but where we live, it's a fire risk. And it's not the only problem we found. We even had a sinkhole show up right before our biggest landscaping project. So in a few weeks, this entire space is about to change. New beds, a full stone path, and some big decisions we didn't originally plan for. Let me show you what we're changing and why. Originally, Phase 3 was just about making this space look more finished. But living here, wildfire risk is something we actually have to think about. This wood mulch up against the house, it looks nice, but it's flammable. And some of these trees are dead, which basically turns them into fuel. And then this showed up, which definitely wasn't part of the plan. So instead of just upgrading the look, we're making some real intentional changes. We're moving all of this wood mulch out of the pollinator garden and replacing it with pea gravel, especially closer to the house, to reduce fire risk. We're not wasting it. We're relocating it to new beds further away from the house. We'll also be removing some of these dead trees. Not fun, but necessary. And fixing this before it becomes a bigger problem. But beyond the fixes, this is where things get really exciting. This entire gravel path is being replaced with flagstone, which should completely change how this space feels. And right here on either side of the garden entrance, we're adding 2 large flower beds. They'll be each side is about 23 feet wide on either side of the gate here. And then they're going to be 8 feet deep. I'll just show you what that's going to look like. So there's the gate. There's the path. This is all going to be flagstone, starting from the garden area there, down the path, all the way to the front of the house. And then this is going to be maybe till about here, about 8 feet deep, and then the whole length of the fence. And that'll be done on both sides, so this side as well. And I already have a plan for this. Let me walk you through that. My plan is, let me back all the way down so you can get a good look at it. My plan for this area, and it'll be mirrored on both sides of the gate. I'm going to have a dappled willow shrub on each end to anchor the space. I want to have an oak leaf hydrangea, probably a couple, and I'm leaning towards the Gatsby pink just because the flowers bloom cream. Then over the summer, they'll turn to a dusty pink. And then in the fall, the foliage will start to turn like a burgundy color, which is going to be amazing. So between the dappled willow on the end, probably 2 hydrangeas, oak leaf hydrangeas next to it, I'll have some pale pink peonies in front of the hydrangeas. I'm thinking white phlox as well, just to fill in, just to have something blooming at all stages of the season. And then in front of that, I'm thinking of a mix of grasses and artemisia to have that little pop of silvery blue. And it was partly to hide the fence a little bit more, and partly because I was craving some fall color back there. We're surrounded by trees, but a lot of it is green, and I miss having that little pop of red. Right now it looks like empty space, but this is what it's going to become. This is an AI mock-up of the design, so it won't be exact, but it gives a really good idea of what it's going to look like. And I've tried envisioning it like in the spring, in the summer, and then in the fall, just to see how it's going to evolve over the three seasons. So that's the plan. We're also going to be extending this dry riverbed. This is on the north side of the house. This little flower bed here, I planted lupins there last year. I'm waiting for them to come up. But what I'm talking about is extending this dry riverbed, and it'll probably let me come this way so you can see what I'm talking about. So I'm standing in it right now. Oof. Okay, so what we're probably going to do is have it come out just a little bit, just because there's a bit of a wet spot here, just to have this riverbed, dry riverbed, have the rock come out, and then kind of curve gently back to where that tree stump is up there. The flower bed will come down about 8 feet. So we'll probably figure that out when the team is here marking it out and when things are being installed and set up, just to make sure that that makes sense. And then on this side, pull back a little bit. On this side, we're going to add some screening trees, just to add some privacy and to hide this this effect. When they cleared this area for the new build, they had to remove a lot of trees, so there was a lot of trees even where I'm standing. But the side effect of that is having the bottom of a lot of the existing trees aren't filled in. So we're probably going to just plant a bunch of balsam fir trees in this area just to fill in with some greenery there. And we're not going to plant them like in a straight line. It'll be kind of a staggered look, just to look pretty natural and add a little bit of structure year-round in this area. So this phase is really fixing problems we didn't expect, making safer choices for where we live, and finally turning this space into something that feels finished. This is the last time you'll see it like this, because once this starts, it's going to change fast. I'll take you through the whole project step by step, so make sure you subscribe so you can see how everything turns out.